So 34 years ago today, we walked down the aisle to celebrate the covenant of marriage.
I bring her to all the best places for our anniversary.
So we had been married for about 48 hours. We got married in San Diego, California. We're making our way up the Pacific coastline along Highway 1, an absolutely gorgeous stretch of highway that looks out over the Pacific Ocean. We're up in the Big Sur area, which is just south of San Francisco, so thoroughly in love with one another, and literally for 48 hours thinking that nothing could possibly be better than this marriage thing. When suddenly a squirrel darted out in the street right in front of us as we're driving along. At exactly the same time, Paul and I whipped our heads around to see what had happened to that squirrel, and simultaneously I said, "Oh," and Paul said, "Got it." And I was horrified. I thought, oh my goodness, I'm married to a man who likes to kill things. This is not what I thought I signed up for.
Well, we found out very quickly in our marriage that even though we were equal, we were very, very different. Well, what he was doing is, if I like this, she should like this. But he wasn't getting that response from his wife.
In fact, what she was thinking was, if you want to be romantic, help with the dishes, help with the kids, get some of my workload off of me so that I can be more alive when we actually have time to get together.
I would feel loved if we would stop and see Thora. But I didn't give a rip about that because I was tired. I wanted an extra hour of sleep, and I really didn't care whether she felt loved or not. See, it's so easy for us to just be looking out for ourselves. So it's not only knowing our spouse, but then doing something that is sacrificial that shows we do.
The truth of God's work really does change the way we live with one another. And that deep desire we have to experience intimacy in marriage becomes much more of a reality when we pay attention to God and we allow Him to work in our lives than any other path.
When you covet what is not yours, you stop working on what is yours.
The irony of intimacy is that when we learn to sacrificially love one another, we will begin to experience true intimacy in marriage.